Right. So Frank pulled up to me the other day, and he had some energy. Because he said something, I said, I'll headbutt you with his helmet on. He's like, well, that'll get you kicked out the game, won't it? And just had some mad attitude about whatever. So I told Steve, I was like, you probably need to talk to him. So he gets a meeting going down at the docks. And Frank's like asking what happened, asking for the lowdown. But Frank's also not happy about it.
Right.
And he's like, my boy's not a snitch, this and that. And like the point, and then he brought up a point of like trying to argue, saying that Steve spoke to the marshals about like showing on this radio. He snitched to cops about cops. So how can he have a leg to stand on about Luke? And it was sort of it was like, that doesn't really, like, what you want about? What he's putting a complaint in, essentially. Like, it's not as though he's like, it's just whatever. And then it went down this rabbit hole of going in circles about Frank not being happy, arguing the fact that Steve's trying to just do what he wants. Well, not Steve, you and Steve. And sort of like saying everyone else can't do this, but yous can, and he's not happy about it. He's here for the gang, but he's not really happy with what's going on and shit. Probably need to speak to him and see what he's saying. But he basically got straightened out. I just told him, like, bro, the man is like, needs to get, it's toughening up a little bit. Like, everyone's just taking a piss. And
I mean,
like,
I don't know why
Luke
people are
was the
so
example.
surprised though, because like, just because there hasn't been a display of us doing something that members can't do, doesn't mean that it hasn't always been the way that leadership and command are going to be able to do things that standard members can't. That's just the way gang life works.
People think it's a company. They think like you go to HR and like, oh well, they've got to lead by example. And no, they've done it. No, they do not. They can do what the you want to do. If they want to tell you don't do this and then they go and do it, they can do that because they're a gang leader. And like I told Frank, there was a circle jerk the other day, and I told them all. I was like, they can do what they want to do, and if you just don't like it, like just leave. It's as simple as that. Because sitting in circles, whinging about it, really isn't going to do well. Because it's just the way the life is. And if you go to another gang, I think half of these never been in a gang.
No, they ain't.
Like it's like some sort of like authority thing that you have a problem with. Right,
it is like what you say though. It's like a HR thing. Like people think it is. I don't know where this impression comes from. Like it's always been the case.
I think early on, managers give people too much of a voice to like have their opinion in this and that, and it became like they thought they were entitled. They just became like so entitled to like just in general, just entitled. That now like shit's getting tightened up on, and they're not allowed to do this, that, and the third. That they're having an issue with it. So it's not the playground that it was.
Yeah. So what's Frank's angle? He's just not happy that he ended up getting kicked.
Wait, it's Luke, and he's got like undying loyalty to Luke. So like he's gonna try and die on the hill of like Luke's not a snitch and this and that. And he's not gonna let him get called a snitch or whatever. And he's not happy with Terry.
Yeah, but
and
I'm
he's
not.
sort of like,
the thing is, yeah, this whole snitch thing, right? Luke is not a snitch. He f***ed up and spilled information to cops, so he got punished for it.
tattletaled on Terry. I feel the Terry shit. I feel him literally putting a case on Terry. Like it's like he dry snitched on Kanashiro. He just was an idiot. Was just chatting, opening his mouth, not really thinking about who was next from the hero. But the Terry stuff is a little bit more techie, because he literally said, "I'm pressing charges against Terry."
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
and I think Steve needs to sit on that a bit more. Steve's point, for the most part, is like it's the first part, the Kanashiro shit, which I think can be argued. But if you sort of like, if you use the Terry angle a bit more, it's like, well, like you can't fucking grass on your own boys, regardless of what if you're doing it for a buzz. You know what I mean? You still can't do it. And he sort of fucking calmed down.
For me, it's just a combination of everything. I don't think it's like, if you name one thing he did that day, yeah, it might not be as deep. But like, he just had a horrible day, bro. Shot 2 gang members, ratted on Terry, accidentally spilled information to the cops about another 2 gangs, sold meth outside my house. Like what were you? How were you not expecting for somebody to get in serious punishment for that? Like, I don't understand how you could hear that list and go, oh yeah, but like, give him a warning. Because there was 2 options, right? We could have just stripped him of OG, but I don't think it would have done anything. Like, I don't really see what anyone would expect other than what happened.
And it doesn't change anything within a gang, because then everyone still thinks it can f about.
Yeah.
And it just becomes this whole thing of like, oh, well, it was a laugh, wasn't it? Well, no, it's not a laugh, because like, at some point, shit's got to be took serious. There's a line.
But people don't like to make it serious when it's their friends. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I literally told Terry, why the f did you come? Why did you bring it up? Why didn't you and him just have your little spat, just like beef each other, just in the shadows, and no one would care, no one would know, but you wanted to push it. And he's like, well, I didn't want him to get kicked. I was like, well, what did you want to happen? He was like, I don't know, get his arm chopped off or something. I was like, are you stupid?
I mean, yes, he is, and he always has been, but
what do you mean you want an arm chopped off? Like, just don't say anything, and like, you should just have your little thing.
That's what I basically said to the gang. If you're gonna, like, I basically said, yeah, I didn't obviously say, oh, hide shit from us, but like, if people are gonna be doing like dumb SBS shit, then don't bring it up to us in a serious matter. Because like, if I don't find out about some dumb SBS shit that happened, like, oh, this person ran me over, so I hit him with a cricket bat, and now he's unconscious, so we took him to the hospital. I don't give a fuck about that. Only time it's going to get turned serious if someone then comes to me and goes, this gang member hit me with a bat. I don't like that. I want them punished. You know what I mean? Then it's going to be serious.
Yeah.
But that's why it gets to that point. Yeah,
I actually went to a corner where you've got to make a decision on it, and then they don't like it. Me and Steve had an argument yesterday.
Why?
I beat him in a race, and then I rang him, tell him how shit he is at right. Where am I? Right. I just want to put it out there. Steve is a better racer than me. I offered Steve a 1v1, 15 checkpoints, then he beat his, and I waved the white flag. But when I get a win in a night race, I am going to call him a dogshit race, and dogshit this and dogshit that. So like, there's me, him, Matt, and Jim stood in a circle, and I was like, you're falling off here, Steve. I was like, the only reason that you haven't been blooded out of this gang so far is because you're leader. And he did not like that. Well, at first, he didn't have a problem. And then he started biting back at us and saying like, calling me useless. And then I pulled down a red brick and he stood with them two. And then he's, at this point, I don't know what's been said at this point when I pull into him, Matt, and Jim. But I don't know if Matt and Jim have sort of stirred a little bit and got under his skin about it. But then he's not happy with me. So then me and him end up in a big argument and bus stop. And he says I never back him, which I'm going to say now is an absolute lie. Because I do back him. I backed him when he had the conversation with Frank and I chimed in. I back him even when he's not there. And they had that big circle and they were like, well, Steve shot Clive. And it's like, I was going to do what he wants. He's a leader. But like, I don't know. Yesterday he just seemed like it was a very minor thing. It was a little joke. And I don't know. I told him he was being sensitive and he said he was. But I don't want to I do back him. When it matters, I back him all the way. There's never a time I sit and slag him off and say like, oh, he's shit leader or he shouldn't have done this. I don't even talk about the Clive shit just because it's a fucking can of worms. I can't be arsed with the argument of like trying to rationalize with other people. It's just like, bro, we're a gang, shut the fuck up, get over it with me. Is Clive dead? He's not. I'm over it.
The problem is though, right? When he's around, yeah, imagine being around your gang and then majority of the time you're around them, they dedicate their time to trying to piss you off.
You're not wrong, but everyone does that. Right, listen, there was an incident, right? I don't know if you've heard about it. It's the famous shotgun ladder incident. I don't know if anyone's mentioned it yet.
Where you whiffed?
Yeah. Now, I got to jail and I was getting absolutely my arse tore apart by everyone. In front of prisoners and everyone. I sat there and I took it. I argued. I wasn't getting like bent out of shape about it, but I just sat there and I got absolutely chewed out. And you just like, it's just the way people are. It's just the way the gang operates sometimes. We just fucking go at each other. But I feel like with Steve, you know, people go at him more. Nah, yeah. Fuck me, bro. Is there a race or something?
None for the fin, isn't there?
So like, is that the car? There's no way. The thing is about Steve, I feel like he gets targeted, right? Because of how much he bites back. Everyone else goes at each other. They'll be like, some people will fire back a few more jabs and it'll be forgotten about and done with. But I think because Steve actually shows that it gets through him, people see it as like a chink in his armor and go at him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, yeah, but like, I just think the concept of you being in a gang with someone and them actively trying to find your weakness and then abuse that is just crazy, no?
It's not like I might have worded it wrong.
Like, no, but that is what it is though. Like people bite. He does bite back more than some. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not gonna disagree with that. But like, I don't see why you would it's like trying to break down someone's character. Do you know what I mean? Like no one does that shit to me.
The thing is, I do it about stuff that I know he's better than. It was a racing. He's a better racer than me. But I won the race, so I just was being a dickhead about it. But he is a better racer than me in every aspect. So it's not as though like I'm trying to actually put him. He's better than me at racing. I just won that. Oh fuck's sake. Jim, what's up? Is it important? Well, I'm with Sparky. So probably yeah. Me and him will do it. Me, you, Sparky, and then whoever else. Go for it. Just I'm having a task here, so I'll be however long. 5-10 minutes. Just get everyone ready so that when like me and him get there, we can just move out right in a bit. It's like I'm not going at him about actual like he's better. Like I don't know. I might see it a bit skewed, and I might just need to like open my eyes a little bit more and be a bit more aware of what I'm doing. But in my mind, I'm going at him about something that he's better than me at, so it's not really that deep. Like I would never attack his like. I mean, not that I think he's like bad or anything. I just like a leadership or anything like that. The only time I wind him up, 95% of the time, is about racing because I'll win a race or something, but then he'll win the next 5. And I don't feel like that's I mean, listen, I probably need to apologize and just like realize like I'm doing what everyone else is doing, so that's probably why.
But I don't think you're really like one of the big ones for it. Like obviously this is an example. Like last night, you man had an argument about it.
Yeah.
But that would be because you were the person who put the straw on the camel's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I will never like behind closed doors when he's not around or anything. I'll never like not back him. Or even when he's there, it's like when with the like I said with the Frank stuff, or when the other day there was no you and him weren't around, but like a bunch of them were and they were on about it. Like I'll never not back leadership. I'll always even if it might seem a bit dodgy to the rest of the gang, I'll say like nah, like that's just the fuck decision that's been made. But I might pull someone aside, you or him aside, and say like that was fucked. Like this actually might get fucked up. I'll never question him as a leader.
This gang has a massive culture of like we start like Manor has always been a gang that rips into each other. And I think that's calm. And I've always like found that fine because it's just like very British. But I do think as of late, yeah, there's a shift and it's almost like instead of just like digging into each other and having banter as the manner, the gang itself is draining us to be around, to be honest. Because a lot of people in the gang, their main motive when they're around is to try and make things difficult. Just like it's at a point where it's like, where you don't really care about the gang as a group. You're just trying to like make shit hard. And then when you've constantly got people trying to make shit difficult, I don't wake up as much as Steve does. He gets it more than me. But even when I come around, it's like I wake up and you don't get to the things that are enjoyable in a day because you have to just sit and deal with the things that people are doing purely to try and be disruptive. And then add the whole like rage bait shit on top of that, and everyone trying to get everyone angry all the time. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah, you're not wrong.
But like, you know the thing that confuses me the most, yeah. So when I was solo leading. And I stopped coming around as much, and like I took off a step back and just kind of was happily letting Steve like take the reins on things. To me, at that point, everyone like respected him in my eyes in what he was doing in leading the gang. For me to then be like, right, cool, he needs to be a co-leader. But it's like people just U-turned on that. It's like I saw it as like, oh, like people almost respect him more as the leader than myself. But I don't like it's like people do things with him that they wouldn't do with me. Like they just push his buttons and they don't, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's because you don't react the way that he'll react. That's why.
No, but I don't even think it's about a reaction. I don't know what it is, but maybe it is partially that.
Yeah, but isn't that like the whole point of like rage baiting and doing it is for the reaction?
Yeah, I mean it is, but
I feel like Steve's changed a little bit as well. Not so much in a bad way. I can't really put my finger on it. He's changed a little bit since he got leadership compared to what he was like. Before he was like a general, and he used to just, I don't know, something's changed a little bit. I don't know if it's really in a bad way. It's just something's changed a little bit. I don't know if that's why people like approach him a bit different.
What do you mean though? What makes you say that?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Just it's like one of them things that you just can't put your finger on.
I mean,
I don't know if it was like the day, like
back. His issue was back before he was co-leader is he would question making decisions because he hadn't gone through me. I think he just doesn't do that anymore. So I don't think he's. I don't think he is like changed. I think he's just more, well, not more, maybe less cautious around hearing other people's opinions on things and just doing it. Oh yeah, it's like, I don't know, just in general, yeah, it's a bit of a self-deprecating environment in the game. I don't even mean on like the banter level, just in general. Like I feel like what everyone does in their day of shift and people get bored, so they just piss people off, or I'm gonna go do this wrong because I know it will cause a problem. People be moving mad.